Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here back again at the forest. It's daytime now, and I have a very special phone that I'm checking out anytime, anywhere. Frankie Street Tech, oh yeah. And I'm here now to checking out the second gaming beast of the last 24 hours, and it's none other than the Asus ROG Phone 2. That's right, and your first look on Frankie Tech of the Asus ROG Phone 2. Wow, this phone, honestly, I've heard a lot about it. Obviously, it's been reviewed quite a bit, or at least hands-on for the first time, but this is the retail unit. This is the phone that I got right here, and this is the China version, so, you know, bear with me, but I can confirm already that it does have the Play Store and everything fully installed now. I went ahead and did that myself. You can see there, it works beautifully, not a problem. And looking at this phone, man, I never actually tried out. Let's remove the plastic here from the back of this ROG Phone 2. Let's do it together. Oh yeah, there we go. And I never tried out the original Asus ROG Phone original, but I gotta say, this thing definitely has a very unique style to it. I was actually at Computex earlier this year, and I was at the ROG, Republic of Gamers booth, and so a lot of their aesthetic is this kind of very stealthy, very kind of cybertronic looking aesthetic, and this phone definitely has that in spades. But let's quickly talk about the design of this phone. It's coming at a different approach here, I think, versus the Blackshark 2. And just to quickly share with you guys the version that I got, and I did only get the 8 GB of RAM version on this one, but this is running the Snapdragon 855 Plus with a 6.59-inch display, 128 gigs, and there you see it's got the 48 plus 13 megapixel back camera and 24 megapixel selfie camera. And so I will actually put this phone down in a second, but just quick design display performance of this phone. I mean, I think this is one of the beast phones of the year. It definitely is, you know, it has a very unique aesthetic. You may like it, you may hate it, but personally, some of you may like it over the one of the Blackshark 2 Pro that I just looked at yesterday. And in terms of, you know, display, it is a larger display here, similar to the one on the Red Magic 3. So it's a larger display. Let me open up Google so you guys kind of see the bezels on this. They're definitely quite a bit bigger, but I do like that this has almost a stock-like interface experience to it. Performance, obviously Snapdragon 855, and the cameras should be really good on this too. Let's take a quick camera shot. I'll have to test the audio. There is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, so good for you guys to see that. Why am I rushing through this? You'll see in a second. Let's get to that shot, and there it is. And this does have the Sony IMX 586, if I'm not mistaken, and it's gonna do really good work here with this big AMOLED panel to view that stuff. So I'm gonna put this phone down, and you guys may be wondering, well, Frankie Tech, why'd you run through that so quick? Well, this is kind of a two-part video here, because guess who we have right next to him? That's right, and it's, I think, maybe the first on YouTube, the first direct comparison between this Asus ROG Phone 2 and the Blackshark 2 Pro. Right here on Frankie Tech, let's talk about how these phones differ, because honestly, I've just been using this phone now. I'm gonna set the tripod down so I can really kind of two-handed here and talk about this comparison. Just gonna adjust that, there we go. Anytime, anywhere, baby. And this is the first time I've ever done an actual comparison between two phones, but I'm gonna just do it nice and quick. Stay tuned for the full in-depth comparison between these coming very soon. But in terms of design, let's turn them around and just see the difference there. Look at that difference. Wow. I mean, this is still going for more of the kind of the glass back look, but obviously Asus has this very kind of unique edge here, and they got their fan coming there. It says ROG Strix. That's kind of cool. Now, which one do you like better? Because honestly, I was just raving about the design of this Blackshark 2 yesterday. I think in low light, it looks a lot better. In daylight, it still looks good. I don't mind these lines too much, but I gotta say the ROG phone is definitely looking pretty alien, if you know what I mean, like alien movie. Just really, really interesting design here from this. I love that it's just not symmetrical, like it's not doing what Blackshark is doing here. But I do feel that this will be harder to hold on to when gaming than the Blackshark 2. The Blackshark 2 is designed to really make it more ergonomic for when you're gaming with this phone. So in terms of design, I mean, I'd probably say it's up to each of your aesthetic tastes, but there's one major victory for the ROG Phone 2, and that is that it has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And you know, Blackshark, that might have been a mistake to take that off. You may be putting the headphone jack back into this phone eventually because of just the negative reaction I'm sure you've seen from people, you know, not having that 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Talking about displays, 6.39 inch display versus this beautiful 6.59 inch display. Just getting my stats here right. And they're both AMOLED panels. Let's go to like a white point here real quick. And I can't test the white point out on on your typical, let's have a look here. I can't really test it out on the settings because the settings are typically blacked out on these phones. You can tell that the displays are kind of similar. They both have big bezels on the top and bottom, but I think the main point here is that the ROG Phone 2 is a little bit bigger, and because of that, you're probably going to have a bit more enjoyable a gaming experience. Not to say that the Blackshark 2 Pro isn't going to do a great job there. They both have these front dual firing speakers, as you can see there, and so that's the reason for these very large top and bottom bezels compared to other phones. But I'm going to give it a pass for these phones with these bezels. Honestly, that is a non-issue for me. And now talking about performance, these are the first two phones in the world that are running this Snapdragon 855 Plus, and just gonna kind of swipe up here and show you guys. Now, as you know, I don't know if you've been following my Twitter, but I have been testing out Antutu here on the Blackshark 2 Pro, and I've been getting a 390 score. That was the highest score that I was able to get at this point. So there you go. But I also did run the Geekbench scores, which give you kind of a general idea of what the performance would be on both of these phones. And let's have a look at it right there. And so with a 3620 single and 11,000 plus multi-core, you know, it's not blowing me out of the water. I think there's some optimization that can happen to bring this closer to that 4,000 mark, but it's still a very, very high score nonetheless. Now, I haven't tested that out on the ROG Phone 2 yet, but I will be doing that shortly. And so talking about battery life, I mean, both phones have pretty epic battery life. I want to say the Asus ROG 2 has the even better battery life. If I'm not mistaken, it has a 5,000 milliampere battery. I'll need to double check that. Apologies if that was a mistake. But the Blackshark 2 Pro has a 4,000 milliampere battery, so not to the level of the one on this phone. And the Red Magic 3 also has a very large battery. Those phones will probably do a better job in terms of longevity. And so, you know, just keep that in mind when you're considering these two phones. The main difference, obviously, in price, you know, this phone is coming in, I just bought this, at least here in Hong Kong, for under 4,000 Hong Kong dollars for the 12 gig option. You can get it for a bit cheaper. So we're in that 500 plus price point. The Asus ROG 2, I literally just paid 4,800 bucks. So this is getting up there. This is now up, you know, up into that $600 to $700 range. And honestly, this phone, I mean, considering its price point, it is bringing a lot to the table here. It's bringing really good, sorry for the camera there, guys. It's bringing the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, really nice design, a beautiful display, and it's bringing some cameras, which honestly, if it is a Sony IMX586, you're not buying this for the camera, guys. Let's be honest here. You're not buying it, but let me take a quick camera shot here of this scene with both phones, and let's see which one you think looks better. 1, 2, 3, there we go. All happening in real time here, baby. Anytime, anywhere, as I said. And there you go. The camera shot. Let's zoom into that boost there. Feel the boost. Oh, yeah. So you tell me which one you think looks better. And I will be posting these two shots on Twitter very soon, so stay tuned for that. And I honestly think, just looking with my eye here, I kind of like the colors on the Blackshark 2 a little bit more, but both shots are pretty pleasing. The greens are a bit deeper there, and it looks like the Asus ROG Phone 2 overexposed just a little bit, but we'll have to do full comparisons with these phones. But anyways, that is it for this quick comparison between the Blackshark 2 Pro and the Asus ROG Phone 2. Obviously, I will be doing far more comparisons, a more in-depth comparison with these two phones, and we'll be going down the laundry list: design, display, performance, and all that stuff very soon. I'm so glad to be back here on Frankie Tech and be checking out these awesome gaming phones. I haven't checked out gaming phones for a while. The previous Red Magic 3 didn't really kind of instill me with a lot of confidence in the genre of phones, but honestly now I feel that these two are representative of what you can consider the best two gaming phones on the market. And I hope this initial comparison was a little bit helpful. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you like this video, give me that thumbs up, and if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. So I'll be back, guys, to the usual setup. I've been out here on the streets doing my thing, but thanks for watching, guys, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one.